Welcome to Coding Oak. Today's video I will show you a problem and solution for a LeetCode medium strength difficulty problem. Now this is an SQL problem, which can also be found under the database category on LeetCode. So this is a problem I've sussed out and I think would likely be the type of problem and a similar degree of difficulty that you would find in a data style technical interview. So this problem is called restaurant growth. The question is you're a restaurant owner, and this is the table schema we're dealing with. We have a table with customer ID int and visited on as the primary keys. We have the amount of money they spent on that date, name of the customer, and you're supposed to generate, as you can see down here in the solution, you're supposed to create a table of unique dates where up to 7 days prior or 7 days prior to that date, we can calculate an aggregate, an amount of how much money was purchased and the average purchased in that range, right? So if we take this visited on date of 2019, month of 07, right here, it calculates that for the 7 days building up to this date. So I think from 1 to 7, you can see the explanation down here. The 7-day moving average is 122.86, and the sum is, I think the sum is all of this, right? No, I think that's right. From 100, the value of 100 up to 150. Yeah, from 100 up to 150, 7 days. So I think first thing we have to look at is like, well, what about 2019, 01, 05, right? That date is not included in our output. And the reason for that would be because there aren't 7 days building up to 01, 05, right? There's only 5 days. So we only really should find information and find a moving average for dates in which we can have 7 days prior. So on this output table, it looks like it's correctly figured out that we have 07, 08, and 09, and 010. These seem like dates where we can have data for 7 days prior, right? And so just to reiterate, we want to calculate the amount spent and the moving average. So for these dates, 07, 08, 09, and 010, we're going to get the sum of the amount column, and we're going to get the average from that 7-day range. So the way I went about solving it was first figuring out, I first wanted to get this column, right? This visited on column. I wanted to get the dates in which we're going to have moving average data for. So I felt that creating a common table expression would be useful. So with CT as, select visited on from customer. The table in question where we're getting our data is called customer. This is mysql, by the way. Select visited on from customer where visited on is greater than or equal to, and now mysql has this function called date add. So this is where we can take a date such as like 01, right? And then we can add like 5 days to it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to select min, right? We're going to select min visited on, right? We're going to find the lowest. We're going to find the lowest date we have in our customer table, right? And then we're going to, we're going to select dates where, visited on. So we're looking for these dates, 7, 8, 9, and 10, where visit on is greater than or equal to the min date that we have here, plus an interval of 6 days. Rather than select min visited on, right? Interval 6 day, right? CTE as select visited on from customer where visited on is greater than or equal to the lowest visited on, select min visited on from customer, right? Select min visited on from customer interval 6 day. All right, what happens if we just run this query? What happens? What do we get? This was my output, right? 7, 8, 9, and 10. 7, 8, 9, and 10, but we have a duplicate of 10 here, right? So it looks like we've basically gotten the first column that we need, right? Because this is the correct answer here. We need 07, 08, 09, 010, but it looks like we have a duplicate of 10. That's easy to solve. We just have to do distinct. All right, now what we want to do is we want to select the sum of dates, right? We want to select out date ranges. So we're going to use this CTE table we created. I'm just going to go ahead and the CTE table is going to be aliased with C. Okay. And then we're going to select, we're going to have subqueries buried in here, right? We're going to have an aggregate, right? Because we're going to be building up these amounts. What's our expected answer, right? We need to build up these amounts, so we need to use aggregates. From customer CU, we can alias customer CU where we're going to use this date add again. CU dot visited on interval 6 days, right? Yeah, it's greater than or equal to C dot visited on. Okay, so we're going to select dates where it's going to be in a 7-day range of these dates here, right? So we're going to select dates where if you were to add 6 days to it, it would be greater than or equal to this, the end of the range here. And then we also have to check that it's less than the top of the range as well. Boosted on, right? Okay. Let's see if this will work. Let's see if this is going to aggregate. This is going to build up our sums that we need. Call this column amount. Okay. Okay, looks like we've built up the amount column. So we're getting closer to the expected answer. This is the expected answer down here, 860, 840, 1000. Now we just need to get our average. So to get our average, right, remember average is just sum, right, divided by frequency. And what's the frequency we're looking for? We're looking for a frequency of 7, right? Divided by number of days, 7. So really we just need to do this, and frankly this might be bad code, but I'm just going to repeat code here. We're just going to repeat the sum, right, and just divide by 7. So to do that, I think we could just copy and paste. Like that. We're going to divide that by 7, right? We're going to call this average amount. Let's see how our answer looks now. Okay, so these are the averages we just pulled out, and our expected answer is very close, right? 122.85, 142.86. This is the expected answer. We have 142.857. So it looks like all we have to do is just round the answer. To round, you just use the magic word round. We're going to wrap this in parentheses. Could copy and paste that, but could just do this. And then we have to tell it how many figures we want to round to, 2. And let's hit submit. That's your answer. It works. So yeah, I hope you like that answer. In the description, I will have a repo of many of the SQL problems I've solved. So look through those if you're looking for solutions to problems from LeetCode and Scratch. So yeah, like and subscribe, and happy coding.